Okay, so maybe let's start, Alain, with can you give us some metrics and compare them with 2 years ago?
Yes, it's really cool to be there a second time because we could fail, but we didn't. As you can see, the company evolved quite a bit between the 2 years. I'm quite surprised now. If I look back to my speech 2 years ago, we had to adapt quite a lot and change a lot of things in our business model. Something worked, some didn't, or work less better. And we finally ended with these metrics that you can see. So in 2014, on the first edition of B2B Rocks, we had 50K MRR every month. And now we are heading, we have 200Ks and it keeps growing at a very fast pace now. And this is due to a lot of change in our approach. Many people, like Alex from Betesti said it this morning, when we started, we were B2C guys with my co-founders. We came from dating, so we wanted the, your free trial model. You could take your Visa card, you pay online, and you pile up a new customer, and it's auto-renewed and everything. And it worked quite well at the beginning, as we had a very simple product. It was just an invoicing platform at the time. So it was a very easy product to use and to understand, and you just use it, make your invoices, and pay online. But with time, we added a lot of feature on Sellsy. I won't go too deep into what is Sellsy, but it's I can sum it up. You have Pipedrive, Trello, MailChimp, FreshBooks into one simple, seamless software. So it was beginning harder and harder to explain to customers all these features. During a free trial, people were lost. So we decided to change, and notably to stop the free trial, to force people into a demo, because you have to show them the pretty story, and after that only you give them the key to see the software. But when you launch them alone, it's quite hard. Brings you a lot of support interaction with people. You don't even know if they will become a customer in the future. So we had to change quite a lot of things to make the matching running smoothly and doing this kind of revenues. We also focused on making the clients pay sooner. So today, Sellsy is like 95% of our customers are paying yearly upfront. So this is what you can see in the bookings. We have a lot of money flowing in, the cash flow is flowing in, so we can hire new people, and new people can close new business, and it's quite efficient. To give you an idea, we were 20 people in December, now we're 40. We will probably be 60 by the end of the year, because each time we add someone in the company is profitable within 1 or 2 months.
Yeah, just to make sure. So your average revenue per user before was, well, 2 years ago, was about how much?
Our annual customer value was 300 and
customer value, okay,
and 60 euros. It is what we get from a customer on a yearly basis. So it was quite low. It was hard to provide support and everything for this kind of price. And now our ACV is more around 1,800 euros. And for this kind of price, of course, we can provide better support, better training, better explanations on the software. But it was said, I think, by Alex, it's much easier to get 5,000 euro customer than 500 euros customers. When you get 500 euros customers, it's a big spending for them. Often they never had a CRM before, so you have to explain them the full concept of what is a CRM. So you lose time on that. But when you get a 5,000 user, it's a company that has already a sales force and people and processes. And so it's really easy to show them the ROI of Sellsy and what will bring them.
Does it mean that you are more focused on big customer, but does it mean that you don't want to serve small customer right now? Do you want to well, for example, to shut down your pricing page on your website?
No, we still have a pricing page, but you can't register you can't make a trial and pay yourself. You have to go through our sales process.
Okay, we can't anymore.
No,
Okay.
you can't. The free trial is closed. But you can have a trial, but only after you spoke to someone in Sellsy that can see if it's worth it or not.
Okay. And so your feedback is, well, this change was a major change for you during these last 2 years.
Yeah, you can see it on the figures. It really changed completely the business. We were 7 people at the first B2B Rocks. No, it was 35 when I sent the slides. Now it's 40, so it's really going fast at the moment, because we know that a salesperson at Sellsy can be break-even a bit after 1 month. You only have to close 20 customers to become profitable, and to make 20 customers, he needs 40 leads. So let's say we have a 10-person team, we only need 400 leads. So it's not about like we need 4,000 leads or things like this. It's quite easy to find 400 leads and make it profitable. And if we double the size, we only need 800 leads. So it's quite small, and it's quite easy to find if you target the right customers with persona, ideal customer profile, this kind of thing.
So right now you have 40 people working at Sellsy. What's the split between them? Well, how many sales, product, and
it's about 1/3 on R&D and developers, 1/3 on sales, and 1/3 on, well, let's say G&A, meaning the CFO, marketing, the rest of the team.
And did this split change during these last 2 years, or it's still the same, so you have the same ratio?
Sellsy is a really big suite, and we want to go even farther than we do. So developing is really at the heart of our business. When you hire a developer, they launch new features that we can sell to our customers. So it's kind of really important for us to keep innovating all the time. And for the sale, it's more mechanical. I mean, as I just said, you just take one sale, bring in 40 leads, make 20 customers, up, you can go to the next sale and repeat the process.
Okay, great. Maybe one more tough question. During these last 2 years, what are the big mistakes that you have made?
I think the biggest was to go too soon to the US. We opened an office, I think it was a little after the first B2B Rocks, but it was way too soon. We just think that sending salespeople or hiring salespeople in the US will bring us customers, and we didn't sufficiently analyze the difference in terms of product, what could be wrong in Sellsy from an American view. The software is working, but the translation was maybe not ideal and this kind of stuff, and it was too soon. But we kept the US company, so without people in it, so we stored dollars since then, and now we have quite a big pile of dollars on the US company, and so we will go back there. But we started by hiring a specialist that is there at Sellsy for 2 months now, and he's working on making it much more efficient when we land there effectively.
Okay, and what's your success during these 2 years? Well, other than the figures, well, for example, the quick wins that you had.
I think it's what we heard from a lot of people on this stage since this morning. It's really making a sales machine that works and that you can easily iterate on it and bring new customers, quite certainly, without any doubt, and that you can scale quite efficiently and rapidly. I think we all think about this. It's the most important thing. But when you have it, it's really much easier to grow, especially from a cash perspective. During these 2 years, we had some very tough moments on the bank account because we didn't raise more money. We had a small raise, but it was in 2011, so the money was gone for a long time. And we had to make this company profitable on a cash basis because we didn't want to explode. But now the good news is that we pile money every month more than the month before, and this is really, from a managing point of view, very more easy to handle on a daily basis.
And so you don't need money anymore? Or do you want to, well, or can you grow faster with more money and come
I
back?
think we will raise some money at some point. We have done some interviews with VCs. We always keep in touch, but as of today, if I had like 5 million on the bank account tomorrow, it won't change fundamentally the way we grow. And each day we get bigger, we get a much pricier company. So as of today, it's not a priority, but we are still open to any VC with a vision.
I presume you did a pricing change between 2014 and 16. How many clients did you actually bring new to your product after the pricing change? And what was the pricing change that actually allowed this? Because it looks like you started focusing on sales and bringing more people into the company and starting basically charging more.
We did it in small increments because we didn't want to take a chance to ruin the business by saying, oh, we get 10 times costlier and see what it gets. So we did it by little touch, by testing, and we did the big move on new pricing in November. We were a bit frightened because we say, oh, we will explode our churn, people will leave us. But they didn't. We didn't have any effect on our churn, which is average from what we wanted. So I think people understood, and people want some kind of support and understand that it has some cost. We lose quite a lot of time, I can tell, to explain to them. Some were quite pissed off or angry, but in the end they understand if we give them the good arguments. So it's working quite nicely. And on the new customers coming, they don't have a problem with the price. It's quite easy because we target people with, maybe 10 to 20 people in the company, maybe 15 salespeople, and they pay much more than our price. So it's much easier to sell to them. So we're not afraid about our new pricing and even raising it in the future.
Thank you. I think we are running out of time, so I think we have to conclude.
Thank you, Alex. I hope we can see you next year at the next B2B Rocks, and not in 2 years.
With pleasure. Thank you.